Welcome to the 100-year flip where we are renovating our 100-year-old home. I am super excited to be here. I am feeling really good. I am finally back up from surgery. I do have this piece on because anytime I am hurting, I try to like tighten it up so I'm not hurting so much. But I am 10 times better. I want to thank you, babes, so much for checking in on me, for being patient with me. We all know that we just had a recent scare and we had to jump in and do everything we needed to do for me. Okay, my health is number one priority right now. I am feeling better. I still have minor pain. I go to the doctor this upcoming week, but I am super excited to jump back into this renovation. It's been almost a year. I think we stopped on week 13 or 14 once we went to get the flooring, and yeah, it was just doctor's visits after that. So I'm excited to give you guys this updated home tour. It's overdue. I just want to show you guys where we are in the renovation and just let you know some upcoming things that we're getting ready to do, things that we are changing, things that stuck, things that happened over these past few months that we can't change, but we gotta just go forward with it. So yeah, if you are interested in watching our
Sorry.
if you are interested in watching our 100-year-old flip and the updated home tour, make sure you like and subscribe. And come on, let's walk around the house. Shout out to Asia because she's behind the camera. And so if you see me giggling and laughing, it's because she's giggling and laughing. And I just can't help it. Okay. Yeah, let's walk around the house.
I wanted to take you guys back to the beginning when we first moved back, and this is actually the very first day we started to work at the house. Now, the water and electricity is on, but the home is not livable for us and the kiddos, and it's far away from the school we wanted them to go to. So, we're living in a different location, and we're driving maybe 20 to 30 minutes out just to come and work on the home every day. As you can tell, the house is in bad shape. The grass is as tall as the house, and it took us about 2 weeks to actually clear everything. Trust me when I say I have a new level of respect for the yard guys and landscapers because this job was not easy. We actually had zero tools, so we had to run to the store and pick up a little bit of everything just to tackle this. And I just want to say I am so happy that I had boys because without them, I don't know how me and my husband would have just ran through all of this. It would have taken maybe a month. He works a full-time job and it's so freaking much. But look at the backyard. I was so happy to see the tree is still standing. It's beautiful and I can see the garden and everything that we want to do with this backyard. We just had to get through the rough part and I'm happy we did. All right, so let's take a look inside of the home. Let me just say, side note, I actually love screen doors. I love sitting with the front door open and you can actually view outside. All right, so when you enter the home, you're walking right into the living room, and as you can see, everything was still in place when we first start working on the home. And to the left is the very first bedroom. I knew immediately what I wanted to change about the space because it's so closed off. And if you continue to move forward, then you would enter the kitchen. And as you can tell from the ceiling, it's a very bad leak going on here. Things were falling in and everything is still in place. But I just feel like this kitchen has so much potential and I cannot wait to put my love and warmth inside of it. You have a table in the middle. You have a very small pantry on the side. And I just feel like it's not being used to its full potential, or it was not being used to its full potential. But I totally get it because this is a 100-year-old home and it just needs a little bit of love and care and updating. We're going to continue moving forward and we're going to enter a hallway. Now to the left is a bedroom. To the right was actually a utility room, and straight ahead is the restroom. Now all of this is leaking. This is why you see the ceiling falling in, and it's a lot of water damage down here. The walls needs to be replaced. That's why it just took us so long to actually clear out, because we had to go through a lot of personal items that was actually damaged by the water. And yeah, that just took us some time. Now the bedrooms back here are a nice size, and I totally get why they turned the utility room into a bedroom. I have an idea, and if you've been watching since we started, then you already know what I'm working on. But the bedrooms back here just need a lot of tender love and care. We have a lot of old things in here that needs to be moved out. We have have so many chairs. Oh my goodness. But yeah, that's the bedroom. We're going to go back down the hallway, enter through the kitchen, and we're going to make a right, and we're going to find another bedroom. I call this one the hidden bedroom because you will never know it was there, and this was the worst room. It had mushrooms growing out of the carpet from all the water that it was soaking up from the leak. And the furniture in here, you will be surprised, it's still nice and well kept. It's just the ceiling is leaking on the carpet. Now we go through there, we enter back into the first bedroom, and then we enter back into the living room, and it's like a full maze. I've always said this house has too many doors. We could close some stuff out, make some extra space with everything. But yeah, so that's the tour of the home before we start renovating. This tree just won't stop growing, and I feel like we spend a lot of time recutting this tree. But yeah, this is hubby just working on the outside. Now the home is beautiful. If you can see with the homemaking eye, then you know we can do so much with this home. And I just feel like because the generations before us that passed this home down kept her up, it's our duty now to take over. We've neglected her for years, and that's completely our fault. I don't think the damages is worth throwing her away. It's something that can be taken care of. So we are not taking this job lightly. I do feel like in the beginning we kind of started to rush everything, and now we're just ready to take our time and fix her properly. This home has so much potential. I see gardens, I see beautiful landscaping, I see a nice fence, I see arch windows, a wraparound porch. And because the generation before us decided that this was home and they wanted to continue to pass it down, it's only right that we do the same for our children. So we're definitely taking our time this go around, and we're gonna fix her up right. Okay, now let's take a look inside of the home after we started to demo her. Hey you guys, welcome back to our 100-year flip. Come on in, we're getting ready to do a new updated tour. Let's take a walk back into the living room. All right, so starting off, you can tell everything is different. We removed furniture, we pulled up floors, and we even knocked down a wall. One thing that always stuck out to me about this property is how dark it was. You have 4 windows in the living room, and it still seemed so dark. My thing is, you can't see how beautiful the property really is if you don't have the correct lighting. My goal is to add as much natural lighting as possible so you can really see how beautiful the property really is. And because the space is so small and it had a wall there, it just made it look smaller. So I decided an open concept would be better. You have 4 windows in here and it's still dark. That makes 0 sense. I do want to change these out to beautiful picture windows so you can see the beautiful landscaping and the garden that I want to put on the side of the home. And if I'm being honest, I think I'm changing my mind about the paint that we have on the wall, but we'll know really soon once we jump right back into this project. All right, let's move on. So this wall was not easy to take down, but it was so worth it. Everything is very spacious now, and it looks 10 times better. I'm not sure if you guys will understand when I say this, but I feel like sometimes your walls can hold smells, and it's very cloudy, it's very stiff. And once we removed this wall, it's like everything aired out, and it just smelled 10 times better. I'm not sure if people are familiar with that, but once we started to remove the walls, everything started to clear up. So originally, we wanted to add a fireplace where these 2 holes are in the floor, right where that little metal pipe is. But we decided it's going to take up too much space. It's not even worth it. Let's just keep the open concept. I did want exposed beams from the living room throughout the kitchen, but I'm not sure how that's going to work because it's something up in the attic area that is giving us a hard time with lifting the ceilings. So we may just lift it, add boards and lift it a little bit, but not as much as we want to. We just wanted high ceilings in the kitchen, but I don't think that's going to work out. We're still trying to figure that out. We did remove all the cabinets and everything. We pulled down the walls that was in here. They were stained pretty bad. The floor was really bad, especially with the leakage. So we removed all of that, and this is where we are now. Our next step is to add the insulation and add the walls back up only on this side and where the stove will be. So right here is the sink and the stove. Everything was lined straight across, but I am hoping that hubby can change that out. We decided that we want to add the stove to the back wall here with a beautiful vent, and we're going to keep the sink over by the window. We are changing out the windows, and I want a beautiful arch window over here. He want the counter to be a bit higher because he's tall. And I think that's just going to work out perfect. We do want to keep the wall over here where you see the roofing items because I just think it's beautiful. Once we sand it down and stain it and clean it, it's going to be perfect for a bar area. And yeah, the kitchen is going to be the most exciting part because as you know, the kitchen is home for me. That's where I spend majority of my time and I'm excited. All right. Moving forward, we have this hall that connects to these two rooms. So I always said this house has too many doors. We are removing both of these entryways and we're going to close it up and turn this space into a pantry. So because we're turning this space into a pantry, we have to add a door to this bedroom over to the right. And we already started to prep for that. Now this room is going to be the girls' room. As you can see in the middle, that's where the door is going to be. It's going to be a bed on each side and a beautiful door in the middle. I am super excited. I can't wait. It's going to be so pretty. Over to the left, you have the closet. I'm going to give them an open wardrobe. It's going to be a desk over there. They're going to have a mounted TV. It's going to be super cute and it's enough space for everything. So yeah, we are working with that. We are changing out these windows as well. But the ceiling in here is really bad. It had the worst water damage. So we have to remove all the wood that's up there because it's literally crumbling down when you touch it and it's just horrifying. Now we're going to go and take a look at the first bedroom. And please excuse this room, you guys. Since I was in the hospital and I've been sick and I have not been able to get over here, we have had two break-ins. And they just came in here and went through everything and scattered everything around. The kitchen cabinet is now in here. I have no idea how that happened. But yeah, this was used for the master bedroom and it also had a leak. So we have to clean out all of this, take down walls. We're doing an open wardrobe in here as well. We're changing out doors and windows and we're closing up this door as I just said. But yeah, I really don't have a lot to show you in this room because it's so bad. Yeah, just know that that's the first bedroom and we're going to change everything out. Moving on, we're going to go back through the kitchen into the hallway and we're going to start with the room to the right that used to be a utility room, but it was turned into a bedroom. As you can see, this is just a dump space for now. We have the kitchen cabinets in here, some wood we purchased and doors we've taken down throughout this process. This room will remain a bedroom. We are going to have some big changes in here, but I have other plans for the new and updated utility space. So yeah, I'm excited about that. The ceiling was already collapsing. So we just went ahead and pulled that down and we pulled up the floor. But this bedroom here will remain a room and it will look totally different once we've completed the process. So we're going to go down this hallway. Now to the right is the bathroom. Now if you know me, you know I don't play with bathrooms. I don't really have nothing to do with bathrooms too much, but that's another project for another day and we will get to that when the time comes. Going forward, we are entering into another bedroom. This was one of the first bedrooms that we cleared. We removed the ceiling and this is what it looked like now. This room did not look like this, but with the break-ins, they ransacked this room too. All of this used to be in the closet and we wanted to take it out and go through some of the items to see what he wanted to keep from family. But they just threw out all of the stuff, so we have to clean that up again. And that concludes the home tour. Now let's jump into what our first project will be.
All right, babes. So we are now in the kitchen, and this is the room where we want to start because the kitchen is home, and everything in here caters to everything, right? We already started the living room, but we're gonna put a pause on that. What's going to work for us this time is that we're gonna do one project at a time. It took us a while to demo everything, and then having to just stop all of a sudden just kind of kicked us back, and it made me realize that we are not focusing on one project, we are project hopping. And that's why we have flooring, we have roof stuff, we have fence stuff all over the place. So we want to focus on one room. So inside of the house, this is going to be the first room that we do and complete. I am really excited and we're starting off with the walls. So that video is going to be coming up really, really soon. But because of the break in that I did mention, we have to hurry up and put up the gate. So if you see videos bouncing like from the kitchen to the gate, that's because we have to do the gate because it was two break-ins in the home. They got like minor things, nothing major, things that could be replaced, but we just want to feel safe when we are out here, and because we haven't been out here since I believe like July, August, yeah, I think people just notice that we're not out here anymore every day, every week working. So it's like a, oh, free for all. Let's go in and see what they have. So yeah, I'm just really grateful that they didn't take the roofing, they didn't take the gate wood, and a lot of sentimental things that we do have in the front bedroom. So this is where we're starting, the kitchen. I'm super excited about that.
That is the updated tour of the home. And let me just say, when we first started this project, we knew it was not going to be easy. We were ready to put in the work then, and we're ready to put in the work now. I am so thankful for you babes for sticking with me through this journey. It's been a journey, okay? Even though we had to stop, it's still been a journey, and this house has been on my mind like crazy. And I am really, really grateful for you guys for sticking around. If you are new here, I am yours truly, Miss NJB, and we are renovating our 100-year-old home. I love everything interior design, home decor. I love cooking. I have 6 kiddos. I've been married since forever. And if you are interested in any of those things, this is where you want to be. Feel free to subscribe because I want you here on this journey, okay? This is a very, very, very personal journey for us. I have a lot of things coming up and I cannot wait to show you guys. And yeah, with that being said, the videos will start back up next week on the same day, Thursdays at 6 p.m. So I hope to see you babes there. With the plan in place, we've already started to work on the home. Now, when we did go into the kitchen to work the kitchen, let me just get this out the way. When we did go in the kitchen to work the kitchen, it started to storm outside and the leaking was worse in the kitchen. So we are getting on the roof. Now, my doctor just cleared me. But baby, I'm getting on that roof, okay? Because we're about to fix these leaks. We're about to put this wall up. I did not want to put in the insulation and, the drywall, and the roof was still leaking. That just does not make sense, okay? So outside, we are hopping on the roof, and inside we are working the kitchen. I'm excited. I cannot wait for you babes to see us get our hands dirty and jump right back into this project to restore this home. I love you babes so much for watching. I truly, truly adore you babes for sticking this out with me, and I cannot wait to see you next week at 6 p.m. on Thursday. So make sure you have your notification bell on so you will be notified every time I post a video. And yeah, I will see you babes next week. It's always love with NJB. Bye.